Welcome to round number 6 of the CASCAR Super Series. The tour has come west to Calgary. Eastern challengers will take on Western competitors in a 300-lap Saturday night shootout.
We're here in the wild, wild west, and the bad boys and girl of CASCAR are gathered together for a winner-takes-all gunfight here at Race City. The lines have been drawn, the weapons polished and loaded, full of the finest of horsepower. Get saddled up and sit back, because these outlaws are racing for the ultimate bonanza. This is round number 6 of the 2005 CASCAR Super Series. From the half-mile oval of Race City Motorsport Park, we bring you the Mopar 300. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Calgary. I'm Ron St. Clair, along with Billy Rose Jr. and Todd Lewis, as always, trackside. Now, Billy, this half-mile oval located just outside of the city has enjoyed great success.
Well, Calgary is Canada's best-kept secret and definitely a driver's racetrack. 2 definite grooves around this half-mile promote side-by-side racing, and that means great entertainment for these Western stock car fans.
Well, for years, Mopar has been a solid supporter of CASCAR, and in particular of this fine event. And our own Todd Lewis is with the man that makes it all possible.
Bill Steele with me, the marketing manager from Mopar, and this event at Race City Speedway continues to improve every year. Bill, Mopar, Dodge, the whole Daimler Chrysler family behind this event and the entire Super Series.
Well, we're so proud to be here. We got a beautiful venue, a beautiful day, and the crowd, I think they're going to get a show that they haven't seen in a long time. It's particularly nice to be here in greater association with our Dodge partners. We've come together in the last couple of years, and we're doing more and more of this together, and it's a natural. We got the performance parts. They've got more and more of the performance vehicles coming on the street every day, and it's just a natural relationship.
Thanks for your continued support, Bill. And hey, speaking of Dodge performance vehicles, a great display of them here at Race City Speedway. Of course, we've got the brand new Dodge Charger, the Daytona model, on display here. And right beside it, the Dodge Charger Daytona model. This is a 1969 model. Only a handful of these were ever made. In fact, there's only about a half dozen still in mint condition, like this one, owned by a local Calgary resident. Bought it after it was damaged in an accident, restored it completely himself, and it is a beauty here at Race City.
Steve Harris, the lucky owner, the fastest production car for 19 straight years. Lots of Mopar horsepower under the hood of those Chargers, Billy.
Well, a very impressive car running, but what's more impressive is all the support, all the years that Mopar has been with CASCAR, supporting the drivers and the fans.
Well, here in this Super Series event at Race City, it's been dominated by 2 drivers, David Whitlock and Peter Gibbons. Whitlock in the number 39 Avenue NMT Dodge has won 3 of the last 4 races here in Calgary. And Gibbons, in his number 1 Canadian Tire team, have ended up on the top of the podium 3 times in the last 12 years. However, the hottest driver in CASCAR so far this year is the 02 of Kerry Mix. His Power Water Ford Taurus team is making a big push towards this year's CASCAR championship.
That's right, Ron. The 1993 champion smoked the competition in the streets of Toronto and carries a ton of momentum here in Calgary.
Well, there you see, that was a big celebration in Toronto right there. And well, this is a National CASCAR Super Series event. It also counts as a Western Points event. And the 2 top drivers in the Western Series are standing by with Todd Lewis.
Thanks, with 2 of the top Western competitors, Kevin Dowler and Derek Pollock. Now, Kevin, having another good season so far, looking for another championship. Got a lot of Eastern competition tonight, though.
Absolutely. You know, with our MCO Taurus running up front here at our home track, Race City Speedway, we can't wait for the 300 laps of excitement tonight. I mean, I wish all the best to our fellow Western competitors, Derek Pollock and the gang.
All right, Kevin Dowler has, of course, won a national event in the past. That happened in 1999 when these guys raced at Edmonton City Center Airport. Derek Pollock also having a very good season, got a victory so far. Think you can get a championship, maybe a little home track advantage?
Yeah, I think it's a definite advantage being this close to home here. We won the season opener in Vernon this year, and actually had the points lead until Penticton there, where Kevin took it over from me now. So it's going to be a good race, and hopefully at the end of the year things pan out for us.
Well, these 2 competitors, along with the rest of the CASCAR Super Series drivers, had their first points available to them in qualifying. And those qualifying laps took place prior to 100-lap heat races. And Dave Whitlock, who has owned Race City Speedway the last couple of years, comes away with the hottest qualifying lap, a time of 17.720 seconds. The Avenue NMT Dodge was red hot and like a rocket. And Dave, I guess you'd probably like all of the races to be here at Race City.
Oh, I sure would. We could come here 12 times a year, but unfortunately we can't do that. So I do enjoy coming out here to Race City. We run strong here, and looking forward to the Mopar 300.
All right, Dave Whitlock will lead them into corner number 1 for 300 laps of racing. Don Thompson Jr. also locked up his front row starting spot in qualifying. The rest of the field was determined by those 100-lap heat races. Ron and Billy have the qualifying highlights.
In that first qualifying race, the CASCAR regulars were vying for full points towards the Castro points chase, and David Whitlock coming off the pole, along with Peter Gibbons, Brad Graham, J.R. Fitzpatrick, and the number 60 Ron Beauchamp Jr. in tow. And Whitlock's Dodge led most of the race. He was very strong in and out of all the corners here at Race City. Kevin Dowler making a strong charge from the 6th starting spot, moved the number 35 car towards the front. Dowler's Ford, who had struggled all day in practice, got it together as they thrashed away throughout the day to move up towards the front of this Mopar qualifying race.
And there's Kevin Dowler using his home track knowledge there, going to the outside of the two dominating drivers, Gibbons and Whitlock.
Yeah, that was a great battle up front. Meantime, a little bit further on in the pack, it was Calgary's own Mike Brown here in the 15, along with Dennis Massey of Lethbridge in the 74, and the 27 of Calgary's Mark Dirks battling hard in this 100-lap qualifier.
Young J.R. Fitzpatrick, he was having trouble all day long. Had a water bottle get caught down his brake pedals, causing the pedals to jam.
Well, it came down to quite a battle here for the final lap as we see Gibbons and Whitlock battling for the lead here down the back straightaway. These veterans went tooth and nail hard up into turn number 3. And look at this, a little bit of contact leaves the door open for Dowler. Beauchamp will shuffle through as well, and Dowler will win this 100-lap qualifier. It'll be Whitlock second and Ron Beauchamp Jr. brought it home for third.
Well, Kevin Dowler, the hometown hero, wins the first 100-lapper here in Calgary.
In the second 100-lap qualifier, it was Don Thompson Jr., the points leader, lined up on pole position alongside the 02 of Kerry Mix, Mark Dilley in the 9 Dodge Charger, DJ Kennington in the Castro Dodge right there as well, drop of the green flag. And on the opening lap, it'd be Kerry Mix in the Power Water Taurus who would jump out front, while Don Thompson Jr. and DJ Kennington will battle hard throughout this 100-lap race. Valuable points up for grabs. Here you see how tight the competition was in this 100-lapper. Boy, that is tight. CASCAR racing at its best here. Meantime, a little bit further on back in the pack, the number 10 of Doug Brown making his first appearance here in the West. Battled hard with the varsity Chrysler Dodge of Kamloops Jim White for position. In behind him, the 30 of Derek Pollock at a Stony Plain. And there's a look at Wade Lee, the Calgary native, back behind the wheel of the Chevrolet here as he battles for position in this 100-lap qualifier. It was a great race as we saw Todd Nickel as well. He had a good run going, but Kerry Mix in the Power Water Taurus was the guy to beat in this 100-lapper. Nose to tail, we've got Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge battling it out. Dave Jacobs was good all day long here in the Lou's Barbecue Taurus as well. And young Pete Shepard Jr. driving the 71 machine. John Fitzpatrick in the 14, Todd Nickel in the 6, couple of stars in this race. But the big star was Kerry Mix winning the 100-lap qualifier in the 02 Taurus.
Well, the second one, Ron, dominated from the east.
All right, let's have a look at the Castro points now. After the 100-lap qualifiers, Don Thompson Jr. with a 57-point lead over Mix. Dilley slips to third. Gibbons and Whitlock are in the hunt. TJ Kennington into the top 10. J.R. Fitzpatrick, a top 10 driver as well as we get ready to roll. It'll be Don Thompson Jr. off the outside pole. He's the points leader as we get ready for the Mopar 300 in Calgary. Welcome back to sunny Calgary, Alberta. The Mopar 300 is brought to you by Castro GTX. Maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. By Mopar, authentic performance. By Power Water, distilled oxygenated water. And by Travelodge Hotels. Staying with Travelodge is always rewarding. And the engines have been fired here at Race City as we get set for a 29-car field in the Mopar 300, Billy Rose.
Now we take a look at the reigning Ironman, DJ Kennington, that number 17. He's no stranger to the podium here in Calgary either, Ron.
And there is James Van Domsler of the 4th Saskatchewan, one of the top Western drivers. Pete Gibbons, naturally one of the top Eastern drivers in that number 1 machine. One of our onboard cameras here tonight, Ron Van Ness, in the Starvan System Chevrolet. And now look at the Atto starting grid. David Whitlock in the Avenue NMT Dodge. The Home Hardware Chevrolet at Don Thompson Jr. Row 2, the winners from last night, Kevin Dowler and Kerry Mix. Row number 3, Ron Beauchamp Jr. and DJ Kennington, an all Dodge row there. Row number 4, Pete Gibbons and Mark Dilley. Lots of good competition up front here in the top 8 spots. And it doesn't stop there. Pete Shepard and Brad Graham, the reigning sportsman champion, starts 10th here tonight. Row number 6, Wade Lee from Calgary and Scott Steckley in a Western-built car. Row number 7 features John Fitzpatrick and Ron Van Ness with that onboard camera. We'll get lots of shots, I'm sure, from him. Derek Pollock, second in the Western standings, and our leading rookie, Tara McLeod, will start in the 8th row. Back to the 9th row, Dave Jacobs and James Van Domsler in the Southport Chevrolet. Jimmy White of the Kamloops, BC, and Mark Miller out of Michigan in row number 10. The 11th row, first time here for Doug Brown and Dennis Massey from Lethbridge alongside him. In row 12, former Sun Valley Speedway Street Stock champion Jason White and Stu Robinson Jr. from Ontario. Todd Nickel from Edmonton and Mike Brown from Calgary occupy the 13th row. Mark Dirks out of Calgary and Sean Pollock in the 14th row. One more driver in the field, and that'll be young J.R. Fitzpatrick. Had to go to the back in the Cambridge Rigging Chevrolet.
Well, J.R. Fitzpatrick had an electrical problem that had to be repaired on the grid, and by the rules, that puts him at the back for the start of this race. Let's take a look at the Challenger Motor Freight race analysis. 29 cars have qualified here today. This is a very fast half-mile racetrack. We're going to go 300 laps, and it's a very clear 25 degrees.
Let's check in with Todd Lewis, trackside for the first time. Todd?
Fellas, just before we go green, went up and down pit road earlier today. A lot of teams made a lot of changes to their cars. Some very drastic, some a little more subtle, but there was a lot of work done between the Friday night heat races and the start of today's race. Shocks, springs, Panhard bars adjustments, and much more. It should be very interesting in the first few laps of this race.
Well, Ron, as you know, racers are never happy with their race cars. The other night was a 100-lap qualifier. Now this is 300 laps, and you got to guess on the temperature, how long the sun's going to stay out, and how much rubber is going to get laid down on this racetrack.
David Whitlock bringing the field off at turn number 4, looking for his 4th win here, and we are green in Calgary.
Don Thompson Jr. off that outside road gets the run down the front straightaway. If he closes the door, he'll lead down the backstretch.
Don Thompson Jr. jumps out front here early. He did not lead a lap last night, so this will be his first opportunity at the bonus points as he works off of 4 for the first time. And Thompson the leader. Whitlock second. The battle for third will go to the 0-2 of Kerry Mix.
Kerry Mix keeping that Taurus wound up on the outside. As the track gets wore in, the outside will work real good here at Calgary Speedway.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's a good thing about this speedway. You can go too wide here almost all night. But will track conditions change throughout the course of the evening?
Well, as the rubber gets laid down, this is 300 laps, a lot of racing going on. Some oil leaks, wear and tear in the racetrack. The bottom will get a little slick, but it is still the fastest way around here in Calgary.
On board with Windsor driver Ron Beauchamp Jr. had that great third place finish last night. Beauchamp won at Delaware earlier this year, making his 141st start here in CASCAR, and that's a great shot as he works the outside groove.
Well, you can see how rough this racetrack is down the front stretch. You can see Dilly's car bouncing around up there in front of Beauchamp. This racetrack here takes the best shock package you can dream of.
Again, Thompson down to the line. They have started to sort it out a little bit here now as they were pretty much single file up in the top 10. A look there at young Pete Shepard Jr. driving the 71 machine as they blast down the back straightaway here on the half mile of Calgary.
Well, that number 71 prepared out of the Apollo Motorsports camp. That car's got lots of laps here, and Petey's a young star on the rise.
David Whitlock, 5-year-old McCall chassis there, trying to work up on the rear deck of that Don Thompson Jr. Home Hardware Chevrolet. 143 starts for Whitlock. But, he's the type of driver, he'll hang around here 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, somewhere in the top 10 all night, and then with about 5 laps to go, he's just always there. Got a problem down towards pit road right now. The Herb Group Pontiac as Scott Steckley is in. You see him being pushed in. Todd Lewis?
Scott Steckley painfully slow, making his way down pit lane. Crew members headed down to help him, push him into his pit box. They had a problem before they went into tech. It was a leaking problem. That was repaired, but this one is something in the drive line. He lost power and has no forward gears.
Well, Scott Steckley's bad luck continues here in Calgary, all the way out here and 4 laps in with mechanical problems.
Yeah, he was starting to turn things around. A couple of 8s recently, one in Toronto, one in Barrie, but not his night here tonight. There's a good look at the Power Water Dodge Charger of Mark Dilley, the number 9 machine. He's had a good season so far, winning in Barrie, a couple of top 5s as well, Toronto and Delaware. Ron Beauchamp Jr. there in the 60.
Keep it down a little bit, buddy. Giving it too much up down there.
And great work by the spotters here at Race City.
Well, that was Julio telling Dilly to keep that thing on the bottom, and he come back and told him, Julio, it's too loose. I can't keep it on the bottom.
Beauchamp's had a lot of success here in Calgary as well. Had the pole back 3 years ago, 2002 here for this Mopar sponsored race. Now in a pretty good battle here with Mark Dilley, the two Dodge drivers duking it up here in the corner. Scott Steckley, early problems, and he's down in the pits with Todd Lewis.
That's the new drive shaft that they're getting ready to put into Scott Steckley's number 22 machine. Scott, a tough break for you early on here.
Yeah, it's too bad we come all this way and have something like this happen so early in the race. We'll just try to get it fixed and get back out there.
Well, it's a big hurt, 15th in points coming into this one. Meantime, the battle continues up front. There's Don Thompson Jr., David Whitlock, and Kerry Mix have already gone by a couple of cars, including Sean Pollock there in that UniFirst Chevrolet, number 26. Also going by the Mark Dirks machine out of Calgary as well. Unique sponsorship there, the Philharmonic Orchestra, old Gibbons car.
Well, he's out here at Calgary Speedway just playing alone.
Here's the battle for 17th right now. Terry McLeod, leading rookie, trying to win that Power Water Rookie Championship this year. The big bucks he goes with that. J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 84 car trying to work his way to the front. Started dead last here in this 29 car field here in Calgary.
Well, that 37 Central Merchants car, that's the best run Tara McLeod's had all year, Ron.
Don Thompson Jr., the leader, going by Jason White out of Sun Peak, British Columbia, the Pure Country Meat sponsored Chevrolet. Giving him a lap down, and the rest of the top four will power by. Look on board here with Kerry Mix out of Albert, Ontario.
Another real good look at him in the office there. Not too busy on the steering wheel, Ron. A lot of guys complaining about a loose race car, but Mixie's looks pretty stable right now.
Dominating last night in the 100 lapper. Green to checker all the way for the win.
There goes Dave Whitlock around the outside. I talked about that second groove could come in. Whitlock to the outside, powers down the front stretch, trying to take the spot from Don Thompson Jr.
Looks like he'll get him up in turn number one if he can shut the door here off the banking, and he'll get pretty good bite off of turn number two, and he's out front. David Whitlock, the new leader in the Avenue NMT Dodge.
Well, that's points, too. The championship points continue to add up. Don Thompson Jr. trying to win his 5th national championship.
Well, it's a long way here tonight, 300 laps. Let's talk about some of the strategy. Of course, on a one-time basis, only up to lap 250. They're allowed a two-tire change under caution. As usual, anything goes under green as we look at these Dodge drivers. Battle for 5th right there between the 9 of Dilly and the 60 of Beauchamp. Still early, but you have to consider, what, a pit stop window, maybe 120, 180 laps, somewhere around in there?
Well, I'd like to think as a driver, you want to get in and get some fresh rubber on there about lap 120 to 150 and race to the end.
There's Mark Dilley. Back up front, teammate David Whitlock. And that car is hooked up right now. And here comes DJ Kennington. He uses the outside groove to get by Thompson. Could it be that Donnie Thompson there in the 4 cars maybe just sitting back, keeping things cool?
Well, you got to speculate the car is just not quite right, and he wants to save the tires for that last run here at Calgary Speedway. We'll be back with more of the Mopar 300.
Welcome back to Race City Motorsport Park here in Calgary. Round 6 of the CASCAR Super Series, and a new race leader just blasting by number 17, DJ Kennington, in the Castro Dodge.
Well, DJ's been breaking that new Mike McCall car in all year, and he's definitely got it hooked up today, Ron.
Well, that puts David Whitlock back to 2nd. There's a look at Kevin Dowler now running in 4th. Pete Gibbons right behind him in the Canadian Tire Chevrolet for 5th. Guy making a real charge right now, though, is the 79 of Wade Lee out of Calgary. Don't see him in the shot here, but he's moved up a little bit here already from his 11th starting spot. See if we can pick him up here as we look out the back of the roof cam of DJ Kennington from St. Thomas, Ontario.
DJ Kennington, the Iron Kid, has already put 10 to 12 car lengths on that second place pack.
Yeah, he's building up a big lead. There's another battle a little bit further back. This is for 3rd right now. Actually 2nd with David Whitlock there in 2nd. And then his teammate. Now there's the 79 we were talking about. Wade Lee started 11th. Sun Valley Motor Speedway sponsored car from Vernon, BC. James Western Star Sterling on there as well. It's an ex-Carl Harr machine.
Well, we also get a good look at the 19, the Challenger Motor Freight Logos Auto Parts car of Brad Graham.
Battle for 9th that we just saw there moments ago. There's Dowler. Such a great running machine here in the Western Tour. Boy, he has won the last 3 Western races. But here comes the 79 of Lee hooked up on the outside groove. This is for 8th position.
Oh, Wade Lee, no stranger to this place as well. This used to be his home track when he ran the Western Series on a regular basis, and he too has won the Western Championship.
He also won the Ron Sinclair lookalike contest last night with a hat off there. All right, James Van Domsler, one of our Western drivers with problems. He's with Todd Lewis.
James Van Domsler making the stop along pit road. Left rear tire. The crew going to make repairs and change it. Flat tire for James, and actually looking underneath now. He thought it was a flat, but it may be a problem that's a little deeper inside.
Well, as they look inside there, Ron, they could have a broken shock or a spring that's out of place, and that'll cause the car to move around, or a panhard bar mount as well, and that'll cause the car to move around like a flat tire.
Good battle here up near the front of the pack right now.
He's looking outside, Whit. Not there, you're clear.
A couple of teammates there being helped by their spotters on board with Beauchamp. Up front, the battle for second there between Whitlock and the 9 of Dilly. There's how close it is.
You can see how loose those cars are off the corner. Look at Dilly's car step out, allows Beauchamp to slide down the bottom. With that Mopar horsepower down the backstretch, they're pretty even.
It's a good battle there, and here's a good battle here for 15th position. Todd Nickel out of St. Albert, Alberta. Crew Chief Sandy Orleski looking on as he battles with John Fitzpatrick and the Latta Crane Chevrolet. 3M here to help this team out. That 16, they're up in one of the corporate tents, so we wish them the best of luck here tonight. Another battle here as Wade Lee continues to work his way towards the front. Now he's up there with his old battling friend, Kevin Dowler. That's for 6.
Pair of Western champions going at it side by side. Peter Gibbons just sitting there watching the show.
Yeah, Dowler's won 4 Western championships, Lee 3, and he'll get by Dowler. Now he'll try to, could that be something to track down Don Thompson Jr. and zip by the 4-time reigning national champ. He's making it easy here.
Well, they've got that high groove working, Ron, and we talked about it earlier. Local knowledge of this racetrack. The rubber's getting down the outside, and they're using that groove to their advantage here at Calgary Speedway.
Well, Lee zips by for 5th. And he'll bring Dowler through as well, so Don Thompson Jr. off that front row will slip back several positions here. Let's go down to the pits. Todd Lewis standing by.
Well, you're right, guys. Don Thompson Jr. has lost a couple of places off the start of this race, but it's just too early to race with some of these other guys, is what he's telling crew chief Sandy Hamilton. The car's fine. He's okay. He's trying to settle into a rhythm and doesn't want to run quite that quickly this early in the race.
Well, 15 victories, 23 poles, one at Motorsport. He's been in the top 5 every race so far this year.
Well, Ronnie, you don't think he's focusing on that 5th championship, do you?
Yeah, I think so. 79 Wade Lee, the 38-year-old Calgary native. Moving to the front as we watch from Ron Beauchamp Jr.'s seat here. That's a race for second, and it will go to the number 9 of Mark Dilly as he scoots by his teammate Dave Whitlock on the outside, and he brings Beauchamp around with him.
Oh, Beauchamp got Whitlock pinned down on the bottom, making him do the tighter circle, and if he can keep the momentum, he'll steal the spot from Whitlock. And there it is, and Wade Lee coming through with him as well, Ron.
Well, the outside groove really working. The bottom's working right now for Pete Gibbons as well. The Canadian Tire Chevrolet coming through on the bottom side this time. Boy, what a great run he's got going after took a little while to get that car dialed in.
All those guys running side by side slowed down a little bit, and Peter Gibbons filled the hole as we go on board with Kerry Mix in the Power Water Taurus.
Well, he started 4th here today. He's dropped 6 spots already. What's going on in that mixed pit, Todd?
Sammy Putnam and the team getting ready for what will be the first stop for Kerry Mix in the 02 Power Water Taurus. He's reporting into the crew now that the car is so loose it's impossible to drive. Yes, they will be making adjustments on that first pit stop.
When that does come up. So far, we have not had a caution flag, so they could be looking at green flag action. Anything goes under green here in CASCAR. 4 tires if need be.
Oh, Wade Lee and Kevin Dowler continue their march to the front. My only question would be this: is Wade using that car up too early in this race, Ron?
Well, again, no cautions. They'll get a chance to come in, new set of tires if that's the case. But he has a great car here today, no question about that. Finally getting this car working well. Kevin Dowler has been so strong here in the West. And there's David Whitlock, who came off the pole. It's the Mopar 300 here at Calgary. We'll be back with more in a moment. You're watching CASCAR Late Model Stock Car Racing here from Calgary, Alberta. 27-year-old DJ Kennington in the Castro Dodge, the race leader. And the field really spreading out in the big half mile here.
Well, DJ Kennington, that Castrol Dodge, has just drove away, Ron. He's got half a straightaway lead on these guys. The only guy that's really quicker than him right now is that man, Wade Lee, trying to take that spot over from Mark Dilley.
Almost had him on the bottom. He'll try again up in turn number 3. Crew Chief George Blumenschein looking on. He's been with Wade for a lot of years, and they are going to get second at the line. Or did they? Very close. They'll get him this time.
There you go. Dilley drifts up in the middle of the corner. That car's not handling just right. Down the backstretch, Wade Lee got the spot.
Here's another good race right in behind. Pete Gibbons underneath Ron Beauchamp Jr.
Full car up in front of Gibbons. Inside. Full car there. Inside.
Well, that was Ron.
Gibbons.
That's Ron Beauchamp Sr. on the radio, guiding his driver to make sure that he got Gibbons pinched in behind that lap car, and it almost cost them, Ronnie.
Well, Beauchamp did a good job of using that lap car. He sits in 4th right now in behind Dilley.
Oh, you can really see Dilley's car is just extremely loose up off the corner. He can't keep it on the bottom, and there goes Beauchamp. He's going to get down the bottom, and they're going to drag race down the backstretch, heading for turn 3.
Well, lots of power, though, for Dilley in the 9 car. Is able to hold him up. Now he's going to try to drive underneath them here. He's got another lap car there. It'll be the 3.
Full car on the inside. Full car on the inside.
As Ron Sr. helps out again, they try to work around the 3 cars. Stu Robinson Jr.
Oh, Peter Gibbons still nosing down the bottom, hoping to get Beauchamp moved up. Oh, contact, the 71, Pete Shepard Jr. into Massey, the 74. Nobody went around.
Well, Shepard moves up to 9th position now. And look who's 10th is the 84, J.R. Fitzpatrick. Started 29th. And there goes Todd Nickel around the 74 of Massey as well. Old car is a little bit of a push up there in the corner.
Beauchamp still digging on the bottom. Dilley loose up on the top. Horsepower down the straightaway. Beauchamp might get the spot this time by.
That's the race for 3rd. You saw Dilley. Look at this. He's got the wheel cranked one way and the car's going the other.
These cars are definitely looking for tires on a stop here. We've had a long green flag run. We need a caution to get some tires on these cars, or we'll really get exciting and see some green flag stops.
19 Brad Graham going around Derek Pollock, the 26-year-old of a Stony Plain in the Bulldog Protective Coating, Earl Chevrolet. And there's Doug Brown right there as well. The battle for 19th, just inside the top 20 here in Calgary. And still on the lead lap.
Peter Gibbons down the bottom on Dilley. Lap car on the bottom. Dilley can pinch him in behind. No, he moves over, gives him the spot. 3 wide through turn 1.
Sean Pollock on the bottom side there. And that's the battle for 4th, and Gibbons will take the position.
Those guys got lots of experience racing each other in the short tracks, Ontario. Dilley right on his bumper up off the corner. Both cars are loose off at turn 4.
Coming up on the 15 now, Mike Brown, the Coors Light Barton Pipe sponsored machine. He'll stick to the bottom. And Gibbons will drive the wide side around him. There's race leader DJ Kennington. He's checked out. He's out there in the BC time zone right now.
Oh, he's got that car on cruise control. It's great to see. DJ's been on the podium here, but never won, and today could be the day. Stu Robinson around backwards all by himself off at turn 2.
Well, and problems up in 4 as well. The 19 and the 37 get together. And this will bring out our first caution flag. There's the 27 of Mark Dirks out of Calgary. He's looped it around here as well. So our first caution flag here in the Mopar 300.
Well, I said we needed a caution, but boy, we got 3 at once. We got the 3 on the backstretch, 19 and 37 in the front. The 27 spun by himself. Let's get a look at the Mopar replay if we can, Ron.
Well, here it is. This is off of turn number 3 now. And contact there. So there's our first problem. And then we had one at the other end of the speedway as well. Now, lead lap cars are in on pit road. Let's go to time.
More than 100 laps at Race City, caution-free, and then the teams go to work. DJ Kennington, the leader, way out in front before that caution period. 1 tire stop right rear for the Castrol Dodge.
Well, DJ Kennington going to just help the stagger out a little bit on that car. Not that it needed any help. The thing's on rails. When putting a fresh right rear sneaker on that thing. They race off pit road. Beauchamp out first, then DJ, then Dilley.
Well, that's a great job by the Mopar team, and Whitlock will get out there in 2nd spot. That big Dodge team of Ron Beauchamp Jr. has proved it time after time. They're good on pit stops. Welcome back to Calgary in the CASCAR Super Series. David Whitlock back out front, and that's because Ron Beauchamp Jr., who came off pit road first, Billy, went to the back of the lead lap here as a result of dropping down too early on that last caution flag.
Well, they tell you in the driver's meeting where and when you can drop down to pit, and Ronnie just missed the mark.
That's a tough deal. Dave Jacobs will stay out front. He is on the lead lap, battling back here. He catches a little bit of a break here, so the Lou's Barbecue Taurus is back on the lead lap, running 12th right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ron, he wants a caution really bad. 12 cars in the lead lap. Now everybody's running side by side, and cautions breed cautions, especially on these short tracks.
Well, there's Beauchamp trying to battle back now. Again, he is in 11th position as a result of going right to the back, but still a good-looking car. Good run here for Beauchamp.
Well, Beauchamp's on fresh tires, and you know what? He'll be a man on a mission trying to get that car to the front. As Dowler goes around the outside again on the top side, he's making that outside work.
Whitlock in the 39, DJ Kennington in the 17. There's Dilly in the 9. All this, a battle for third.
All the sounds of CASCAR is DJ Kennington right in the middle of all them other Dodges. You almost think this being a Mopar race, they must pay some money.
Yeah, well, it's double here for the Mopar team should they get up on the podium today. They can pay out some huge bucks here in Calgary. Down the back straightaway, on board with DJ, and look at that as he zips up into turn 3. Now young J.R. Fitzpatrick, the two guys that battled tooth and nail for the rookie championship last year, now duking it out for 9th position.
Friends off and on the racetrack. P.D. Shepard Jr. and the Kevin Dowler Apollo Motorsports number 71 this weekend goes around on the high side.
Number 10, Doug Brown right there as well out of Brantford, Ontario, that Napa Wada Springs Water Chevrolet. Coming off a 10th in the Toronto Indy. Kevin Dowler, the Western points leader. And here's a great battle. Some engine manufacturers going at it right here.
Well, you got the AP motor in the Whitlock cars, and you got the Doug Kennington motors in that Castrol Dodge of DJ Kennington. And a little earlier, we had Ron Beauchamp power up front as well.
Off the corner. Gonna look at DJ there, or as I like to, as he likes to call it, his dad's stove under the hood there.
Yeah, certainly builds some good horsepower, that guy does, that's for sure.
All right, James Van Domsler in that 44 car, normally number 14 in the West, numbered 44 here this weekend, has some problems. Here's Tom.
James Van Domsler, early exit to the Mopar 300. What was the problem that put you out?
We wound up broken a left side, or pardon me, a right side trailing arm mount, and the rear end just doesn't like to be where it wants to be then.
Makes it very tough to drive. Sorry to see you out.
Thank you, guys.
7th in Western points, had a 4th in Penticton, a 5th in Vernon this year. And driving for Southport Chevrolet, Dewar Western, and Boston Pizza. Give him a little plug there out of the race.
Well, give a call to the Lou's Barbecue car. He's still out front driving away, trying to get his lap back. Wade Lee's in trouble.
Yeah, problems here. The 79 has slowed. He was as high as 2nd at one point here. The Calgary driver is right down to the apron, and not sure the problem is going to be a tire or what's going on here. He is really woed up. That car just almost looks like something's broke in the back end there.
Well, possibly a panhard bar or a trailing arm as well, because the back end's just not tracking where Wade likes it to be. Caution on the speedway. All right. Dave Jacobs is going to love this. The Lou's Barbecue car is still out front. He'll get back on the lead lap.
Wade Lee's going to like it too. He couldn't ask for better timing as we bring in our second caution as a result of Mark Dirks. Let's go to the pits.
A shame for the Western Star, Monte Carlo. Wade Lee having a terrific run, up as high as 2nd at one point. The battery dead. He was coasting in, guys, and that's the problem. You can hear that car sound sick underneath the hood.
Wow. There's Kevin Dowler in on pit road as well as the lead lap cars get a chance to come back in. Don Thompson Jr. into the home hardware pit had some difficulty there getting in.
Well, that was pretty tight. As we go to the wedge adjustment on the right rear, they've either changed the panhard bar adjustment or put some wedge in, one or the other, Ron.
A left rear, though, a little unusual. Under caution here in the Mopar 300 in Calgary. There's your leader, David Whitlock. Ron St. Clair, Billy Rose Jr. and Todd Lewis back here in Calgary. And look at the Alberta sunset here tonight, Billy.
Well, the shadows will be getting long now. The racetrack is going to change temperature. That's going to change the setup, and let's see who guesses best for the end of this race.
Nice little mountain breeze coming in over Race City as we get set to go back to green. It's David Whitlock in the Avenue NMT Dodge out front. DJ Kennington 2nd, and Mark Dilley running 3rd. 3 Dodges up front.
Mark Miller in the 8 car down the bottom, having one of his best races all year as well, as he goes one lap down, but he'll follow DJ through.
Driving the Carhartt Clothing Dodge, had a 7th in Toronto. David Whitlock leading this one, though. 12 remain on the lead lap here. And we've had 5 different lead changes amongst 4 drivers. Whitlock's been out front twice tonight.
Pete Shepard Jr. to the outside as well, chasing down Peter Gibbons in that Apollo Motorsports Taurus.
There's Ron Beauchamp Jr. to the outside of Mark Miller now, and up front of him is the 71, the young Pete Shepard Jr. Actually, this car has worked well. It has already won races in Penticton and Vernon for Kevin Dowler so far this year. And now he's got a pretty good run going here, Pete Shepard Jr. does. Todd Lewis is down in the pits, and let's get an update on that 71 team, Todd.
Guys, Pete Shepard Jr. having a terrific run here at Race City. He likes this track, had a good run last year on it, of course, for a while. That he's driving a different car, though. He got a car from Kevin Dowler, and he's learning the Ford Taurus. Now, good that he's learning the Ford, because Petey is on his way to the Jack Roush Gong Show, the only Canadian selected to participate in that event. It'll be filmed for a reality TV series. Pete Shepard trying to get himself a ride with Jack Roush.
Well, Pete Shepard Jr., just an awesome talent here in CASCAR. He was in the right place at the right time, applied for the job, and made the cut at Jack Roush Racing.
2004 CASCAR Rookie of the Year in contention here in Calgary as he works underneath of the one car, at least tried to, but Gibbons down to protect the line. Now there's the 02 of Kerry Mix going to work again and trying to hold off the Home Hardware Chevrolet of Don Thompson Jr. as they work around lap traffic. On board with Mix.
Well, Mixie's still a little bit loose up off the corner. Seen the little veteran sitting there up off the corner, had a peek in the mirror to see where the next guy was, turned it off into the corner. Just a veteran, just nice and smooth, nice and calm.
Well, here's the battle for ninth, a pair of Fords right now, the Emco Taurus of Dowler and the Lou's Barbecue Taurus of Dave Jacobs. Boy, did he catch a break that last caution flag to keep him on the lead lap, and now he's in contention. He's 104 races into his career and still winless.
DJ Kennington all over Dave Whitlock in that 39 Avenue Motorworks. There he is. There's the bumper cam right in close.
Upwards to 7,600 RPM right there down the back straightaway.
Yeah, doing the Mopar shuffle down the backstretch at Calgary Speedway. Oh, the Lou's Barbecue Taurus gives the Emco Taurus a little bit of the chrome horn.
He's racing hard. He knows he's in contention. That car is hooked up here, Billy. Look at this. He sticks to the bottom, and he's able to hold it down there.
Well, you know what? Historically, Dave Jacobs just hates this place. He's never ran well here, but I'll tell you what, he's looking strong here today.
Out of Mount Hope, Ontario. One pole, 27 top 10s. Trying to get another one here. And this is great racing here as well inside the top 10. Gibbons in the 1, Pete Shepard in the 71. And look at this. This is for position as well. The 02 of Mix, the 60 of Beauchamp, and the 4 of Don Thompson Jr. in the battle for 7th.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about parity in racing. All three makes involved in this race, and they're all strong. Chevrolet, Dodge, and Ford all running up front here at Calgary Speedway.
Dave Whitlock still the quickest guy out here so far today. In fact, he's the only driver in the field down under 18 seconds here in race conditions as he goes for the Goodyear award here tonight for the fastest lap. Currently a 17.945. Again, the only driver under 18 seconds under race conditions.
Ronnie Beauchamp under attack from that Home Hardware Chevrolet of Don Thompson. Gonna bring the Lou's Barbecue Taurus with him. Oh, both loose up off the corner, side by side down the front stretch.
Speaking of Goodyear, we should mention these drivers on a different compound here, but it seems to be working. It's a little, like a hockey puck kind of.
Yeah, it's a harder tire, but you know what? Racetracks that are abrasive like Calgary Speedway with this old asphalt, it's nice to have that harder tire for the long runs. Pete Shepard Jr. underneath Mark Dilley. That's for 4th spot.
Great run here by Pete Shepard, the 3rd, or junior. And he's going to get the spot here. 145 to go in the Mopar 300, and Shepard will move the Ford up one more position.
Well, the young fella here in CASCAR just put the move on the veteran Dilley. You know what? This is pretty good for young Shepard, driving a strange race car, and he's still doing very well.
Meantime, Ron Beauchamp Jr. is having problems. He's gone back a few spots.
That's Ron Beauchamp Sr. telling his driver, Dowler's looking inside, and yes, we're going to pitch again, and we're going to get that car fixed up.
Yeah, Beauchamp's back to 9th right now. Race leader David Whitlock has that rear view mirror full of DJ Kennington. Pete Gibbons running 3rd. Oh, sounds Sounds like problems there with the 0-2 of Mix and the 9 of Dilly. They got together. I think that was Dilly complaining of a flat there.
Yeah, I think Mixie and him got together going in turn 1. Had the right front fender get into that left rear tire, and it looks like that car is awful loose. The left rear reportedly going down.
Deja vu from last year, but he came back to finish second. Whitlock's out front tonight. Back in Calgary, race 6 of the 12 races on the schedule. Mark Dilly out of contention. 2 pit stops for that flat tire. And now the battle for the lead is a 3-way shootout here.
DJ Kennington up on the high side, going around Whitlock. Whitlock slowing a little bit as well. Here goes Peter Gibbons around. He's going to steal the spot as well. Whitlock to third.
So DJ Kennington back out front in the CASCAR Dodge. Whitlock way down to the bottom. He has problems.
Take a look at the back of the car. It's got a little bit of smoke out of there. This could be a motor problem for Whitlock in that AP Performance motor car.
Well, he doesn't have many. Here's second place Pete Gibbons. Let's go down to the pits quickly with Todd Lewis.
Dave Whitlock, the leader for so much of this Mopar 300, coasting down pit road. The Avenue NMT team going to meet him. A lot of oil laid down on this track, and it's from Dave Whitlock's car. He won't get another victory this afternoon.
Well, underneath the hood, that Avenue Motorworks Dodge, they're looking around trying to see if they can find out what it is. With all that oil on the ground, she's probably tossed a rod out the side.
Well, the hat trick is gone. He was hoping for 3 wins in a row here in Calgary. That will not happen. Here's a great race now for second. The 1 of Gibbons, the 4 of Don Thompson Jr. Well, what a tough deal for Whitlock, though. That's probably, first engine failure maybe in 3 full seasons, I think, in CASCAR.
Well, he buys the top-notch equipment, that's for sure. Gibbons, big loose off of turn 4. Gives Thompson the opportunity, but he closes the door.
Drove right up to the retaining wall there in the front straightaway. Having problems off it, too, as he zigs and zags down the back straight.
Well, the chassis are a little loose to begin with, and then all that oil from David Whitlock's motor blowing up. No caution. This racetrack's extremely slippery.
Great run here by 17-year-old J.R. Fitzpatrick, now up to the number 8 position here in the Cambridge Rigging Chevrolet. Just a terrific run after starting 29th here in the Mopar 300. All right, down to the pits, Todd Lewis.
Dave Whitlock, the frustration shows on your face. This is not the way you wanted this one to end.
No, what can I say? It looks like we had an engine failure. We've been running these Dodges for 2.5 years. That's our first failure. It's a shame it's got to happen on the Mopar 300 leading the race, but I guess we're not going to go for 3 today.
Good luck next week.
2 top 5s already this year. 40 top 5s in his career, which isn't too bad. This guy here looking for a win, DJ Kennington out of St. Thomas. He has 6 wins. Here's a great battle for second place.
Well, again, the top 5, Ron, all representative, all big 3. We have a Mopar leading. We got Chevrolets in second and third, and we got Lou's Barbecue, the Ford, running 4th.
Yeah, that's Dave Jacobs right in there.
Mark Miller, that Carhartt Dodge, still trucking forward. He's going around the big side of John Fitzpatrick and that lot of Cranes 14.
Yeah, he's on the lead lap, or just, no, he's the first car off the lead lap right now, that 8 car, trying to get back up in contention. Second place, Pete Gibbons in that Canadian Tire Chevrolet, runs around the Brown machine, number 15. That's Mike Brown, of course, 35-year-old out of Calgary. 2 Browns in the field here today.
Well, you notice, Ron, all these cars are starting to use that second rear. Oh, big crash down the front stretch. We got the 8 and the Carhartt car, the number 10 Napa car of Brown, his first trip here to Calgary. Oh my God, and Nichols' car is all tore up as well.
Yeah, Todd Nichols looks to get the worst out of this, and there is Doug Brown. He's rolling, so he looks all right. He drove right up on the window net of that 6 machine. Hopefully Todd's all right. Look at yeah, he's okay, but look at the damage there. Peeled it back like a can opener here. Todd Lewis down on pit road. And the leader's in, Todd.
All the leaders making pit stops underneath this caution. It's Shane Harrison on the gun and Jeremy Noon on the fuel for DJ Kennington, a left rear with more stagger. Ron Beauchamp Jr., the Mopar parts car, making a stop for a 2-tire change. Ron Sr. making the wedge adjustment as well. Peter Gibbons with 2 right side tires.
Oh, DJ gets out first, hits Beauchamp's tire, sends it across the pit area. Gibbons will come out behind DJ with Lou's Barbecue car coming out third.
Lots of action on pit road. Lots of action still to come here from Calgary. Back at Calgary's Race City Motorsport Park for the restart as we come up on the 2/3 mark of the Mopar 300. DJ Kennington, the race leader. A couple of cars back on the lead lap out front of him, the 19 and the 11 car of Ron Van Ness and Brad Graham.
The Logos Auto Parts, Challenger Motor Freight. Graham is running really well. He just got to go to that clean air, get his lap back and stay there and hope for a caution, and he'll bring young Van Ness with him. Back there, DJ Kennington still fighting with Peter Gibbons for that top spot. They're in heavy traffic, Ron.
Mark Dilley in that number 9 car trying to battle back. He's 3 laps down now after earlier problems, but it is the 17 of Kennington.
As we look back in the front stretch, you can see the clouds have moved in, Ron. We're down to a low temperature now of about 19 degrees. That's going to change the setup some more here at Calgary Speedway.
Yeah, we dropped about 10 or so from the start of this race. And track conditions today, it was very hot here.
Outside.
Got some of the spotters there.
Still there. Still there. Still got a bumper. You're clear.
All right, so DJ gets by the 11 of Ron Van Ness. The track conditions today, Billy, it was 120 Fahrenheit on the asphalt just before the start of this race.
Also, you gotta remember, as the racetrack cools, the race cars tighten up. So the guys have had to make adjustments all day long as the track temperature went down.
Ford and Dodge battle here inside the top 5, or at least 4th, as the Power Water Taurus of Kerry Mix back to that original paint scheme again here in the O2. And Ron Beauchamp Jr. and the Mopar Parts Mobile 1 Dodge.
As we're on board with Kerry Mix, you can see that the sunglasses have disappeared. He's back to a clear visor, Ron.
Checking the rear view mirror a couple of times there to see where Beauchamp is. Well, Beauchamp, you heard Ron Sr. a little while ago. They wanted to get him back in, make some adjustments. Looks like so far so good.
Oh, the cars were, big crash. Left rear tires come off of Mark Dilley's car as it bounces back. DJ, the leader, is caught up in it. This is going to change things.
Doesn't look like any damage, though, to the 17 of DJ Kennington. He'll get away from the wreck before the lead lap cars come around again, so he'll be okay. But Mark Dilley, big problems. We're under caution here in Calgary.
Take a look at the Mopar replay down into turn 3. You can see DJ locks it up to get away from the mess. Dilley's already spun around at least once as the tire bounces back off the side.
Yeah, another look here from DJ. Actually, no contact at all, but Gibbons with a good piece of driving. He avoids the mishap. DJ never did make any contact, so that car's in pretty good shape.
Oh, we could have easily lost both those cars in that wreck. Pete Shepard Jr. to pit road.
All right, and here comes Kevin Dollar as well, the 35 car. He's a contender. Let's go down to Todd Lewis here on pit road.
DJ Kennington along pit road after narrowly avoiding that collision with Mark Dilley, but they want 2 new right side tires. He'll be at the back end of the lead lap. Not that many cars, less than 100 laps to go, but DJ has a very fast car.
Yeah, 2 fresh tires. There's your new leader, though, Pete Gibbons here in the Mopar 300. Coming back up the green after our 4th caution here at the Mopar 300 in Calgary, and the new leader is Pete Gibbons. 7 lead changes amongst 5 drivers, and look who's in 2nd place, Billy Rose.
Oh, the Lou's barbecue car. He's got to be tickled. This is his best run ever here at Calgary Speedway.
One of his best runs ever, period. He runs in 2nd here in the Lou's barbecue Taurus. Back in 3rd, Don Thompson Jr., the Home Hardware Chevrolet. And the 19 car, Brad Graham, is back on the lead lap. So good news there for the Challenger Motor Freight Logos Auto Part team.
Well, things change as the race progresses. Early on, this race was dominated by Mopars. Now we got a pair of Chevrolets and a pair of Fords in the top 4.
And a look there at Dollar, DJ Kennington, who did not have any problems as a result of that spin and wreck up there in turn number 3. In fact, that 17 car with 2 fresh tires. There's the 71 of Pete Shepard, running 10th, had a 5th place finish in the 100. Let's go down to the pits and find out more.
Guys, a quick update on Pete Shepard. The reason why he made that 2nd stop during the caution was to check the rear end. Apparently, it's been leaking since almost the beginning stages of this race. They hope they've got enough to go the distance.
Yeah, they thought they smoked the rear end last night. They had a 5th place finish there in that 71 car in the 100 lapper, going by Tara McLeod, last year's rookie and this year's top rookie.
There are Don Thompson Jr. going around the high side for 2nd spot. Mixie's in the Honda as well. Jacobs could lose 2 spots here in 1 lap.
He's running hard, but there goes Mix to the top side, and he'll drive the Power Water Taurus around the Lou's Barbecue Taurus. Couple of Fords here duking it out. Pretty good race for those drivers. Couple of veterans, too. Around CASCAR a long time. Get a look at that big crowd here in Calgary in the background as well. Don Thompson Jr. now, the Home Hardware Chevrolet, trying for another 5th place finish. Leader Pete Gibbons took over in lap 202.
Ron Beauchamp Jr. has got himself worked back into the top 5 as well. And here comes DJ Kennington and Kevin Dowler trying to get back to the front. I think that's for 7th spot.
Yes, it is. Good battle, DJ, with those fresh tires. Looks to the low side for a moment. And there is Jacobs, still running strong. Now he goes to the high side of the 0-2 of Mix. Look at this. He drives right around him.
Mixie's off the pace as well. Seen something out of the back of that car. Off the pace. He's trying to pick it back up, but it's slowed a little bit off the pace is what he's been running.
Well, he has 2 victories so far this year, Montreal and the Toronto Indy. Highlight of his career. Yeah, he's struggling by the looks of things right now.
Well, you can tell, you can read his lips there. He's talking to them on the radio, telling them there's something wrong with the race car, and they're having a look around as Dowler and DJ continue to fight towards the front.
Well, DJ's got a bullet under him. Look at this. Thompson's come up to challenge for the lead now, right on the rear deck of Pete Gibbons. A couple of old amigos who have battled hard here for the last 3 or 4 years in CASCAR.
Oh, we've seen these guys earlier going at it for 2nd and 3rd. Oh, big smoke out of the back of the Kerry Mix machine.
Yeah, that's tire rub or a rear seal or something. It's only in the corners. Look at that. That's not good.
CASCAR will be taking a big look at that. Oh, there's lap cars getting together as they're bottled in behind Kerry Mix as they go into turn 1. That car's smoking heavier and heavier, Ron.
That was Derek Pollock in the 30 machine and the 35 there, $1. 71, J.R. Fitzpatrick in the fray. The 19 is there as well. Brad Graham, lead lap cars. Wade Lee back on the track, the 79, but no longer in contention. Here's a good race for 4th. J.R. Fitzpatrick, Kevin Dowler, and Ron Beauchamp Jr. And look at this. Underneath comes 17, DJ Kennington.
All that Castro Dodge right around the hook on the bottom side. Beauchamp's a little bit loose. DJ takes a car length advantage down the front straight.
I think that Hooters Cup Racing Tour has helped him out a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've watched him all year, and the more he drives that Hooters car with the bigger horsepower and the longer races, the better he drives this race car, Ron.
3 more contenders right here. The 19 of Graham, 71 Shepard, the 60 of Beauchamp. Being held up a little bit there by the 30 of Derek Pollock, the 26-year-old. Here's the race for 4th. Chevrolet and Ford.
The bow tie against the oval, turn 3 and 4. Dowler on the outside using that home track advantage knowledge, and around the big side he go. JR's not going to roll over and play dead though.
JR started dead last in the field. Let's go to Todd Lewis here in the pits.
Guys, the smoke continues to pour out of the Kerry Mix 02 Power Water Taurus. He's struggling, and Ron Beauchamp Jr. also beginning to struggle in that Mopar Parts Dodge Charger. He just reported that the car went very loose all of a sudden. Can't diagnose if there is a specific problem, but that car has gotten very loose on him.
Meantime, DJ Kennington picks up another spot, getting by the MCO Taurus of Dowler.
Well, Beauchamp reporting that loose condition. Could be some oil coming out of that car mix, and if it's in the groove that Beauchamp's been running, obviously the car will slip and slide.
Well, Mix is hoping for another top 10. He's had 109 in his career. This is the race for 7th. Up front again, Pete Gibbons, Don Thompson Jr., and the Lou's Barbecue Taurus of Dave Jacobs right there. Boy, if either one of these guys mess up, Jacobs could be looking at his first career win in CASCAR.
I think Donnie Thompson might just be a hair faster than Peter Gibbons, but Gibbons, being the veteran he is using up the racetrack to keep Donnie Thompson behind him.
I got to use that old cliche right now. Dave Jacobs running like a scared jackrabbit out there. As he gets good bite up off the corner, they work through traffic here. And as Billy Rouse would say, we're down to the short strokes here in Calgary. From St. Clair, Billy Rouse Jr., Todd Lewis back in Calgary. Pete Gibbons, the race leader here in the final stages of the Mopar 300.
Well, Ron, all the pit stops have been done, and the man with the freshest tires is that young fella right there, DJ Kennington. After getting caught up in the Dilly incident, they come in, they put 2 fresh right side tires in that thing. He'll probably have the fastest car as we get later on because he's got the freshest tires.
That was back on lap 206. Don Thompson Jr. there in the number 4 car, has never won here in Calgary. 15 victories in his career, but not on this track. And the 88 of Dave Jacobs has never won, period. And he's running 3rd right now.
Well, the Lou's Barbecue Taurus running really well, as you say, Ron. It'll be neat to see him pull off his first CASCAR victory here at Calgary.
Here's the battle for 7th. Pete Shepard Jr. to the low side. J.R. Fitzpatrick to the top side. Should point out we've lost one more lead lap car here. The 60-year-old Beauchamp Jr. had to pit for a tire. Boy, they've been plagued with tire problems in Calgary. Cost them last year. They finished 10th and now off the lead lap here this year.
Well, side by side, these two young lions going at it. You'd think it was for the win, but man, look at this clean racing. JR a little loose up off the corner. Petey fills the hole side by side to turn 1.
Well, remember the battle that Pete Shepard Jr. had with Kerry Mix last year. Mix said, ain't no way he's going to get by me in the late going. And they made lots of contact in the dying stages of last year's race. So Pete Shepard Jr. trying to get up there, maybe win this one tonight.
Well, JR getting back to the throttle was a little loose, allowed Pete Shepard to sneak in there and steal the spot.
Still Pete Gibbons leading, though. Took over in lap 202. And there he is, the Canadian Tire Chevrolet leading Don Thompson Jr. and Dave Jacobs down across the line.
Well, Pete started 7th here today. He's on cruise control right now, I believe, so he's just running hard enough to keep that man right there, Don Thompson Jr. behind him.
Well, work here on the 02 of Kerry Mix. Looks like rear end problems for sure, Billy.
Well, we've seen a lot of smoke out of the back of this car, and Razor and the boys are going to finally put it on stands and see if they can make repairs.
It's too bad. Mix was in contention here today. Up front, still the Chevrolets duking it out. Number 1, Pete Gibbons. 4, Don Thompson Jr. He is right there putting the heat. And, well, he hasn't really, he's even on the day. Started 2nd. Now the hard charger of the day is Dave Jacobs, and Todd's standing by with his crew chief.
Randy Gray's the crew chief for Dave Jacobs, having a terrific run. He's been strong at times this year, but didn't have much luck. Can you hold on today?
I hope so, Todd. We're got the Lou's Barbecue Ford Taurus really cooking. We're going to maybe have to make one more pit stop for a tire. We had to use our 2-tire stop early to get our lap back, and that was good. We got some good luck with the caution quick and got our lap back. Now we're in 3rd, so everything's going good.
We'll see if it works out for Dave Jacobs.
Well, let's have a look at the rest of the top 10. There's the 4th place car, DJ Kennington, and a good run. He's led twice here today. Running 5th as we look out the back of DJ Kennington is the 35 of Kevin Dowler. There he is in the MCO Taurus. Current points leader here in the West, going by another Western driver there in the 26, Sean Pollock. Running 6 in the field is number 19, Brad Graham, the Logos Auto Parts, Challenger Motor Freight Dodge. Glencoe driver has moved from 12th up to 6th position. Now the 7th place car right there, number 71, Pete Shepard Jr., that Dowler machine. He's a +3 on the evening so far. Running in 8th, and this driver started well back as a result of earlier problems. 84, J.R. Fitzpatrick, a little dirt track in here off of turn number 4. And running in 9th and 1 lap down is Derek Pollock at a Stony Plain, the Bulldog Earl-sponsored Chevrolet. Todd Lewis standing by with his crew chief, Billy Burns.
Billy Burns is often working with Brian Cathcart in the east, but now we've got you out west too, because you work with Derek Pollock, and he's having a great run.
Yeah, we went a lap down a little early, had the car a little bit too free when the sun was out, but no, we made some changes, pretty much wholesale changes, and it's really come around. We're kind of just running around 8th and 9th, and it's a good run for the Bulldog guys.
Well, rounding out the top 10, here's the 11 car, the Star Van System Chevrolet Ron Van Ness. 10th position right now. Great run here for the youngster. Back up front, Pete Gibbons, Don Thompson Jr., Dave Jacobs, and now the 17 at DJ Kennington is closed.
Well, DJ Kennington on the freshest right side tires, working that outside groove, and he's run this front pack down. Obviously the fastest car on the racetrack, Ron.
Let's go down to Todd Lewis standing by with Kerry Mix.
Kerry had a great car for the 100-lap qualifier, but it just didn't last for the 300. What's the problem?
Powerwater Ford, I guess, broke a rear end bracket or something. One of those deals, the can will go apart when they break. There's nothing you can do, but we'll come back and get them.
Well, that just tells you how much horsepower and how much traction these CASCARs get when they start ripping trailing arm brackets out of the chassis. You don't do that with real lightweight stuff.
Well, the 43-year-old will be back for our next race at Sun Valley Motor Speedway in Vernon, BC. Here's the leader, Pete Gibbons, trying to win for a 4th time here in Calgary. DJ Kennington running 4th, looks to be one of the better cars amongst the top 4. Again, he's on the fresher right side tires. And it's getting late in the Mopar 300. We'll be back with the final laps of this one from Calgary, Alberta in just a moment. 29 laps remaining in the Mopar 300 here in Calgary. Kerry Mix has the Power Water Taurus back on the track, but here's the battle for the lead.
Side by side, Peter Gibbons on the outside at Don Thompson Jr. Heading to turn 3.
Keep digging, Pete. Keep digging. 4 cars ahead. Keep them pinned down.
That's regular Super Series driver Brian Cathcart. Spot for Peter Gibbons. They tell him to pin him down at the bottom. Hey, no, keep the spot. DJ's going to get a look 3 wide.
Well, they've got a car down on the bottom, and now Dave Jacobs coming back through that opening. He'll have to settle into the number 4 spot. So it's Gibbons, Thompson, Kennington, and now the 88 of Jacobs running fourth. Beauchamp, the 60 car, is a lap down here. He had tire problems earlier, but he's right up there running as quick as the leaders. He could factor in one way or another.
Well, Don Thompson Jr. has been patient all day long, looking at the big picture, thinking about that 5th championship. But now it's time to go. No, he's going to stay at the bottom. DJ's taking a look. He's going to try and get that 2nd spot from Thompson.
But don't forget, he has the fresher right side tires. You were allowed to take 2 tires on 1 time only here tonight. He did so back on lap 206. Good strategy after almost getting caught up in a wreck. And he'll move up into the number 2 spot.
On the inside. Inside, you're clear. Let's go get him.
DJ spotter Don Reinhardt helping out. Problems though for Brad Graham, a contender on pit road, Todd.
Brad Graham getting caught up again. He's forced to make an extra lap to find pit road because of a flat right front tire. Yet again, he's coming in along pit road. Frustrating for Brad Graham and the Challenger Motor Freight Logos Dodge. He had raced himself back onto the lead lap and now forced to make this green flag stop.
The Castro Dodge looks underneath Pete Gibbons for the lead. He's got him coming down to the line, and he's in first place. DJ Kennington looking for the win here in Calgary.
Well, Peter Gibbons just slid a little bit, opened the door for DJ Kennington. On them fresher tires, he filled the hole and was driving away.
Wow, short-staffed all the way out here. Just a handful of his regular crew members on hand for this race. And look at this, they've got him up front here. And
big crash. Stu Robinson Jr. around for the 2nd time here at Calgary Speedway.
Well, a couple of cars caught up in this one. It will bring out our 5th caution flag here in the Mopar 300 as a result. And there's the flag. Wow, we are down now to what will be just a shootout to the checkered flag. DJ Kennington out of St. Thomas leading the Mopar 300.
Welcome back to the Mopar 300 here at Race City Speedway in Calgary. Don Thompson Jr. climbing from the Home Hardware Chevy during this late caution period. Motor problems underneath the hood, smoke pouring out. They made a stop earlier to see if they could fix the problem, but Don Thompson Jr.'s day is done early.
Wow, that's the first engine failure for Donnie in, 5 years, I think, Billy Rose?
Yeah, one of the most reliable engine departments going, that's for sure.
White flag is out. It'll be green next time by, and it'll be a shootout to the checkered flag here in the Mopar 300 in beautiful Calgary. And you saw Donnie's Hans device, too. That became mandatory for the Western drivers at this race here. All right, the Viper pace car pulls down on pit road, and we are down to a 5-lap shootout to settle the Mopar 300, and it's the Castrol Dodge of DJ Kennington up front. Gibbons gets caught spinning tires.
Well, they come off that corner in 3rd gear. Big horsepower, spins the tires, gets crooked. Gibbons is going to come under attack from Jacobs and Kevin Dowler. 3 wide off the corner. Oh, a little contact. Pair of Fords going at it heavy for 3rd place. And here comes Pete Shepard Jr. Oh, he gets into the side of the boss and goes around.
Oh, that isn't going to sit well. That's going to cost him a lap here as the leaders come around. Up into turn number 2 goes Pete Gibbons, 4 to go. Dowler right there on the rear deck of the 88 of Jacobs, trying to get a podium spot.
Oh, the East-West rivalry living big here as Dowler, the Western hero, trying to get a podium position here at Race City Speedway.
3 to go. DJ Kennington, the leader. Pete Gibbons running 2nd, and a tremendous battle going on here for 3rd.
Well, DJ Kennington, once he got the lead, has just drove away and hid. He's on the sunset. Oh, Fitzpatrick into the back of Dowler. Dowler gathers it back up, doesn't go all the way around. That was for 4th spot.
Yeah, a couple of lead lap cars, and now Jacobs has a little breathing room. He'd love to finish on the podium. He's running 3rd. Up front, though, it's DJ Kennington as he works off of 4. One final circuit of the half-mile here in Calgary.
Well, DJ Kennington got to be the happiest guy here. I'll tell you what, he got caught up in that deal with Dilly many laps ago, put on fresh side tires, and look at him go now.
27-year-old St. Thomas, Ontario driver DJ Kennington looking to make it win number 7 in his CASCAR career. And the Castro Dodge will visit the winner's circle here in Calgary. Back to talk to the winner right after this. So DJ Kennington wins the Mopar 300 here in Calgary. It was pure entertainment for this sellout crowd with plenty of lead changes between Thompson, Whitlock, Gibbons, Kennington, and Beauchamp. For some, it was an early exit, while others totally turned around. Lightning quick pit stops for tires and fuels were key to getting your driver out ahead of the rest of the pack to maintain track position. Dilly had the air taken out of him, while Wade Lee lost his charge to the front. Whitlock had engine failure, and Kerry Mix tried to pound their Ford back into shape. Gibbons and Thompson fought for the lead, while Dave Jacobs and Kevin Dowler showed their short track stuff. The points leader called it quits. But at the end, it was the recently crowned Ironman, DJ Kennington, that showed his medal, winning the Mopar 300. DJ Kennington wins his first race since 2003 here in the Castro Dodge in Calgary. Quick all day long, started 5th, moves up on this high bank half mile to get the victory, and he is one happy camper as he climbs out of his ride. Standing by with Todd Lewis.
DJ Kennington, you had a rocket ship tonight.
Man, was that thing awesome. I've never had a car like that in my life. Mike McCall, man, oh man, I don't even know who to thank. My dad, I wish he was here, man. The guy works his butt off. He's at home working for me so I can be out here. And nobody understands how much I love him for that. And without that, I wouldn't even be able to be here. And Castro, Mopar, everybody who puts this stuff on for me, man. I'd be nothing without those guys. And all these guys behind me, man, what a job. This thing was awesome.
Congratulations. Enjoy the victory.
Thanks, guys.
Well, a very emotional DJ as he celebrates his dad Doug back home, but no doubt there'll be a phone call. Here's a look at the top 10 now. Jacobs does get 3rd. Dowler, the top Western car, in 5th. Good run for Mark Miller out of Holland, Michigan. Derek Pollock, another Western driver in the top 10. 11 through 20 now. Jimmy White with a good run. Don Thompson had to settle for 14th. Terry McLeod, top rookie, 15th place overall. And Todd's with our 2nd place finisher.
Pete Gibbons getting handshakes and congratulations, a podium finish. Not another win here at Race City, but another solid finish.
Yeah, the Canadian Tire car, the team worked good all day. Just, that last restart, I knew we were in trouble because all our adjustments just never got what we wanted, and the car just stayed loose all day. We really got to take a look at this new chassis and see what's happening. It's, pretty good car, but it needs a lot of tweaking.
Loose car, but it lands you on the podium with a 2nd place finish.
Yeah, loose or not, Gibbons is still 2nd place, just 56 points now behind Don Thompson Jr. as we look at the Castro point standings here. Gary Mix 3rd, Dilly 4th, Whitlock broke early, down to 5th. Now Todd with Dave Jacobs.
Dave Jacobs, you've had some fast cars at times this season, but now you get the results to show for it.
Oh, this is just awesome. I lose pre-cooked foods, CPS Flooring, FAG Automotive Taurus was just great. We got a lap down, got that back. Crew made fantastic pit stops. I just can't say enough about these guys and how hard they worked, and I'm so happy. I can't imagine. This is great.
Go celebrate.
Thanks.
Well, he should be happy. His first podium of the year. Awesome job to travel all this way out west and get himself a podium.
Yep, 3rd place, and the podium celebration is on here. We get a look at Art McKenzie, and there's Bill Steele as well from Mopar and Dodge. Say congratulate DJ Kennington. Well, the Mopar 300 here in Calgary has been brought to you by Mopar, authentic performance. By Castro Syntec, outperforms all other leading motor oil. And by Home Hardware, help is close to home.
Well, here we are on the podium. We're getting ready to spray the champagne. There's nothing like standing on that top step, Ron.
Something new, though, for Dave Jacobs figuring it out. For Billy Rouse Jr. and Todd Lewis, I'm Ron St. Clair. Thanks a bunch on behalf of the entire James Robinson Associates crew. We'll see you from Vernon next time around.